What's up, guys? Welcome to Munchkins Gaming, where we take your gaming to the next level. This is Munchkins logging in to bring you your Hero of the Week. This week's Hero of the Week is the upgraded Dragon Swordsmaster, Kirynite. If you guys haven't seen my video on the normal Kirynite, I will leave a link in the description below. And without further ado, let's get on with the show. FATED Kirynite remains as an all-round front hero with stat ratings of S on both survivability and DPS, and gets a B+ for support. I do, however, will have to disagree with these ratings. I believe FATED Kirynite offers a lot more support, especially in terms of his newfound powers. His Awakening Divine Kirynite allows Kirynite to be immune to all damage and restores his HP by 3% per second for a total of 5 seconds. He then will summon a storm, reducing all enemies' defense by 10% while also dealing 80% attack damage. This will also reduce rage by 2 every second and has a 25% chance to silence enemies for 3 seconds. All allies will receive 20% less damage buff during the duration of the awakening. The second part of the awakening will last for 7 seconds and will continue its effect even if Kirynite dies before that. Damage is also classified as a rage loss, but does not trigger any rage reduction debuff effects. Thanks to Kirynite's new gear, he will retain his normal talents, but with a few new effects. Kirin Descent Phantom Sword is basically enabling Kirynite to use his new Awakening, while also adding a +4 Rage and have 45% chance to restore HP up to 5% of his max HP on his basic attack. Serious Boom, Serious Shell, Clairvoyance, and Raging Assault are all self-explanatory. And with that in mind, let's go with the pros and cons. As always, we'll start with the pros. Kirynite becomes more tankier and does more damage thanks to his new gear. This increases all his stats by another 25% if you have fully upgraded all his gear. His Awakening offers a lot more buffs for his allies and a lot more debuffs on his enemies. In my last video on Kirynite, I believe I mentioned that Kirynite's problem tanking lies in his inability to sustain his HP or reduce incoming damage. Thanks to Phantom Sword Kirynite, he gains the ability to regenerate his HP to enable him to be a little bit more tankier than he was before. Also, his Awakening resolves his inability to decrease damage by becoming immune to any damage for 5 seconds. He also gets Serious Boom, Serious Shell, Clairvoyance, and Raging Assault to give him a little bit more tankiness and, of course, more DPS. And now with the cons. There's not so much to say about Kirynite in terms of cons. However, I do have to point out that his damage output, even though better, is not any better than a regular tank. His Awakening is absolutely better comparing it with his old Awakening, but still does not do a lot of damage. In some ways, the 5-second wait before Kirynite summons the storm for his Awakening can be a bit much. Sometimes you wish he would just summon it straight away, as it places him in odd spots in your lineup. If you have another front hero, of course. What I mean by this is your other front hero may move in a little bit further in front of Kirynite, which defeats the purpose of Kirynite's 5-second invulnerability. So, my final thoughts on FATED Kirynite are as follows. FATED Kirynite is definitely a big upgrade from normal Kirynite. He's better in every aspect. However, with all his newfound abilities, it does not solve all his problems. His DPS remains subpar in some ways, but his supportive abilities are greatly boosted thanks to his new skills and talents. Kirynite is definitely a good hero to get and would do well in both PvP and PvE. PvP wise, he would do well as a lone tank or a secondary tank. I wouldn't recommend mixing him with another front DPS though. As I mentioned before, his awakening can be activated a little bit further in the back, especially if he gets a knockback, or just moves behind a little bit, which wastes his invulnerability state. And of course, if you do plan on mixing him with front DPS, make sure the other DPS can take a hit, or so he will kill that hero before you know it. PvE wise, he is great at high level story mode missions and good dealing with catapults and cannoneers. I often use him on enemy invasions as well, which I'm still trying to reach wave 40. I would not recommend using him on Lair if you are already speed clearing it daily, as his DPS is subpar. And that's it for this week's Hero of the Week. Please click like, subscribe, and share this video if you find it helpful at all. I will leave in the description below all the available heroes for voting. All you have to do is leave a comment below if any hero you like is on the list, and I will tally the votes in the end. If there are heroes that are not on the list that you would like me to feature, please leave a comment below as well, and I will try my best to get them ready as soon as I can. That's it for me, guys. This is Munchkin logging off. I'll leave you with the rest of the layer video. Happy gaming, guys.